Marcellus, I'll start with you.
Yes,
Last
sir.
night, say more about Dame Lillard or Russell Westbrook?
Oh, a lot more about Dame Lillard, a lot more about Dame Dollar. If you think about what this moment meant to him in terms of importance, him wanting to be in that special club, more importantly, that special table within that club. And we know who used to sit at that table. It's Steph Curry, it's James Harden, it's Westbrook. And it's OG CP3, just like, look, I got curfew. Y'all better hurry up. And I ain't paying the tab, right?
Right.
And then you see Dame Lillard just always circling, always there, always around it. Like, I could chip in on this. I belong there. Last night gave us a moment, gave us a symbol, gave us an event that says, you know what? Access granted. Lift the ropes up. Dame Dollar's now at that table with the elite ones.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm glad you mentioned the fact that he long wanted to be in that circle and wasn't accepted. And there was a long time where that bothered Damian, and Damian made it known. I'm as good as you guys. How come I'm not getting that respect? And you saw it in the 2014 when he hit that shot, popping his jersey. It's all about this. And the distinction that you saw in 2019 was, got that done, on to the next one.
Yep.
Totally different approach. And that's the part that Russell Westbrook needs to learn. This isn't, I can't separate the two. What last night demonstrated was that Damian Lillard is a better point guard than Russ Westbrook right now.
So it's musical chairs to Marcellus's point. And to me, I'm saying we're focused on the bigger story is like Russ lost his chair more than Dame got his.
Can they be in the same? Like,
No, they
how
not.
big is this section? They ain't broke.
It's musical chairs. There's only so many
Is it?
chairs.
I don't know.
I wouldn't say, I say it says a lot about Damian. I think within the circles of basketball, I don't think people looked at this OKC team as a legit threat to win a title. I don't really, because I don't think they're
But a legit threat to beat
win the
Portland.
first round.
No, win a title. I'm just, let me
It'll lay them bricks.
I didn't think that what I saw with this OKC team is too many holes, too many gaps. I thought Portland was the better team from the beginning, okay?
Without their borderline all-star center.
Who? Yeah, because of the matchups. Because Steven Adams can't guard the pick and roll. Against a Portland team when you don't have a pick-and-pop four guy, it's tough. It's different. I didn't think the matchup boded well for OKC, for me, looking at it from the outside.
4-1. You saw 4-1.
Okay. No, I didn't see 4-1.
So,
but I thought Portland
Steven Adams and his Cantor going in. Who do you think was going to win that?
Here's the difference. Enes Kanter don't have to worry about pick and pop in regards to playing the point guard that's going to come off. What they did with Russell Westbrook and also Schroeder was went under the pick.
No, I get that. I get the strategy. I'm just saying in terms of matchups. C.J. McCollum played Paul George basically even as far as their production.
Right.
Enes Kanter outplayed Steven Adams. So Damian Lillard wasn't the only one who won his matchup, and those were matchups going in that I wouldn't have necessarily said Steven Adams is going to get outplayed by Enes Kanter in terms of his contribution.
I don't want to talk about Steven Adams and Kanter. I want to talk about Russell Westbrook and Damian Lillard. Jim, the conversation among NBA players today, what do you think it's about?
It's all about Dame.
Thank you.
It's all about Dame.
No doubt.
Really, when you're talking about players, they're talking about what Dame did last night. They ain't talking about what Westbrook
Why is
did.
Nurkic wearing a T-shirt trolling?
Well, no, he's trolling them. But
you don't think that's a conversation?
Hold up. But that's a conversation probably within the Portland locker room. You said guys in the NBA.
Across the NBA.
You know what?
Hold wait.
You only troll up, bro. You don't troll down. You don't punch down. You know what? You trolling me, that means I'm already up there.
The guys I talked to, it was all about Dame. It wasn't about Russell. It was all about Dame, what he did. That's what guys I talked to are about.
Fact of the matter is, the way Russell played last night, if he had played that way the entire series, we'd still be watching. We'd still have the series going. I don't care what this. He had 14 assists as well.
End of the game, he was terrible.
And so was Paul. And so was Paul George.
One of them's getting paid $200 million and is the face of the franchise.
Both of them are superstars, and one of them was also an MVP candidate this year.
No, one of them has an MVP, has a $200 million contract, ran off Kevin Durant, has lost three straight times in the first round of the playoffs.
So this is the double jeopardy that Russ Westbrook is constantly in. We ask him to make room for other players. We ask him to utilize the talent around him. He did that this year with Paul George.
Not last night. He didn't do it enough. I listened to Kevin McHale all night say, hey, don't forget about Paul George. He's carried you. Get the ball back to Paul George. And you know what? The one time they did, they gave it to him, to me, in not the best. He's more of a catch-and-shoot guy than give it to him at the top of the key and let him create. And he had a turnover. When they passed him the ball, he switched another jumper. The guy shot 14 and 19. Russell Westbrook,
you know what?
Down the stretch, reverted.
You're making the point that it's all about Dame Dollar because we're going to judge them both on the distance traveled. You're saying Westbrook, here he goes again. This is Westbrook. This is who he is. He needed to change. That dip, whatever that disparity is minimum compared to what Dame Dollar's road is. Let's talk about that.
The elevation is greater than the falls.
Oh, hell yeah. Look at this. 2016 when Dame Dollar's on record. Man, I should be in the All-Star game. And everybody's like, you going to complain your way into that? And to the point where even Russell Westbrook, without calling him out by name, said, man, Paul George can't make the All-Star game. Meanwhile, other guys can complain themselves onto the roster. Then you go to when last year we saw this team, and Dame Dollar was an all-NBA first-team player. And they got swept out of the playoffs in the first round by the sorry Pelicans. And then now you get to this moment when, okay, some people are trolling Westbrook. And you can say it's all Westbrook looks bad. Westbrook dropped or stayed who Westbrook is. But Dame climbed to a whole nother level. That's why it's about Dame.
Took the shine off the triple-double, but we'll move on. We'll move on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this so memorable game, and it was a great game. I loved it. It was awesome. I loved the 2014 game. But will we remember it if this dude never wins a title? Because I'm telling you, most people forgot about 2014 until last night.
Yeah, it's tough because he's not in that elite category in regards to memorable moments that people will continue to play because he hasn't won. So I agree with you from that perspective. Now, in Portland land, it's always going to be replayed. It will always be a part of his legend there. But from a national perspective, it's a part of the narrative of what happened this year in the playoffs. So I don't think it carries as much weight as we look at it 5 or 10 years from now. If he doesn't, I'm not going to say win a championship. If he doesn't really compete for one, I think it may get lost. The shine may be taken off a little bit nationally.
If they don't win the next round, it's going to be forgotten by June. I mean, it's going to be a great moment in Portland Trail Blazers history. From a national perspective, the 2014 was already by the boards. So the idea that this is going to stand out, no. And I don't know if it's winning a championship necessarily, but they need to go beyond this. I mean, people are now immediately putting Damian Lillard among the top 10 players in the league. Yeah. Can we slow down just a little bit? Like we're going to immediately jump because he took what Paul George correctly called, it's a bad shot. 37 feet with that time on the clock, it's a bad shot. It's a shot that he makes, but if he misses that, this is an entirely different conversation that we're having.
You guys are wrong. And I'm going to tell you, the criteria has moved in terms of what we're going to always respect and what could elevate you to superstar status. Odell Beckham, excuse the football player in me, but Odell Beckham was putting up numbers, and there are other receivers close, comparable.
Hell of a point.
Who did he make this catch on? The Dallas Cowboys. Who did Dame shoot that on? OKC, Russell Westbrook, Paul George. Oh, so that matters. On top, this was a losing game. They lost the game.
Wait.
And guess what? It took Odell from, okay, you damn good, to, and forevermore, we're going to always, that's the most.
It's a hell of a point. Odell's done some other things.
It's a great.
And also some things that hurt.
It's a great point. But that catch was elevated because they were playing who?
The Cowboys.
So you saying because they play OKC?
No, I'm saying who was it on?
But that's my point.
That's on the Cowboys. That's on Westbrook.
That ain't the same kind of shine. Ain't the kind of shine. No.
But
if that was on Golden State, it's different. But OKC, no.
Here's where.
No.
You're not going to remember Dame Dollar hit that.
I will because I'm a basketball guy.
Let's get outside our world.
But outside of that, no.
You with him?
No.
Well, of course you
No. Against the Cowboys, definitely. Because it's the Cowboys.
I'm going to tell you why I think there's some relevancy to what he's saying. We're more into this social media replay world, meme world, and what will live on, I think, more than the shot is the waving by. You're going to see that over social media.
Oh, that's going to be a meme. That's going to be a meme. That's going to be a meme.
Or that picture of him when he is
like this, when he's looking like this.
And everybody else is going chaos.
Yeah.
That helps your point.
Thank you, Jan.
It will sustain the moment. But in terms of people in basketball and how they honor it, no. Social media and from an image standpoint, yes, it will last.
Let me ask you this. Can the Blazers build a title contender around Damian Lillard?
Words are important.
You better.
Title contender. Can they win a championship if everything fell right? If they stayed healthy, there were some other injuries, there's a needle, eye of the needle that they can go through to win a championship. But title contender to me means you are a perennial.
Consistently.
No, you can't. You can't in that market because you have to spend more money to get people in Portland. It's simply, it can't, it's a function of the market.
I think with the ever-shifting changes of the West, because at some point Golden State is going to regress, but you see other teams stepping up with Denver, kind of being there. San Antonio is going to come back. I don't know if Neil O'Shea has the cachet to be able to go out and get the kind of players that need to be in Portland.
You said S. You said players with an S.
Yeah.
I think they need one.
Who?
You said they only need one?
Yeah, I think they need one.
Oh, stop.
Okay.
That's not the scoreboard now.
Oh, wait.
Teams are rolling out 5 All-Stars in their starting lineup.
Wait. If it's the right player, I agree with that. If you had a play, like my thought was when LeBron wanted to make a move, if LeBron went to the Portland Trailblazers, if he really was winning, about going to the West and winning championships, you add a playmaking small forward to their team, then yes, you are talking about a championship caliber
I'm going to give you the guy because you can't get LeBron, and I agree with they only got so much money. It's Portland. You got to find a unicorn. And the unicorn for Portland may be, and you're going to laugh when you think here at first.
Freak, freak.
No. Again, he's too expensive. He's in his prime. You got to find somebody just off their prime who's got 3 or 4 years left to give you. Kevin Love, he's from there. They put Kevin Love
that ain't winning
on that. He can shoot, he can stretch the floor, he can rebound.
Can't stay healthy.
Not enough.
He can get hurt, and he will. Here's the thing. History tells us this answer. Superstar free agents, star free agents don't go to smaller, lesser markets. We're living in the second largest market in the NBA, and the Lakers struggle to find free agents in this market. They got LeBron and who else? In 20 years, the Lakers, who else? And that's the point. No one is going to be attracted. And you can show me the names. You can show me the individuals. You can't. No one goes to that market. You have to keep them drafted and keep them happy. That's just the way it goes.
Golden State was, that's San Francisco. It's a different area. But they developed their core.
Yes,
drafted.
Absolutely.
And again, they
absolutely.
Developed. And then they added a piece in Kevin Love. They've developed between CJ and Lillard. And now this nurtured. They have developed some things, and you're telling me they need more than Kevin Love to be a title contender?
Yes, because what Kevin Love gives them isn't the element that they need. They don't need a stretch 4. What they need is somebody who can play make, and you can play CJ and Damian.
You need more playmakers than CJ and Damian.
Yes, and one of the things that they've done, and this is where I said it was a bad shot, but he has developed that shot because last year they got bottled up by big guards. That was their issue. And I thought it might be their issue against Oklahoma City. He's expanded the floor. So now when I can shoot, if I'm shooting from 26 feet and I put a big guard on you, I can still make you play in a crowd to a certain extent. I can still contest your shot. I can't contest that 37-footer. CJ did the same thing.
Why is that not right out of Golden State's playbook? Who's the great playmaker for Golden State? I mean, now they got Kevin Durant, but before that...
It was Draymond.
It was Draymond Green.
Steph can play make.
And
Iguodala can play make.
And you can
John Livingston can play make. So they have 4 or 5 guys that can make play.
Honestly, if you're looking for... I don't know, he doesn't want to go for a discount, but if you added Draymond Green now you have.
But he got to get him for a discount because now a lot depends on what's going to happen free agency with Kevin Durant and what they do. They're not going to pay Draymond. I think contender is a great term because you're talking about continuing being there every year. So you still need 1 or 2 pieces in order to absorb that, to do it every year, to be in that contention. One person won't get it, but I do believe 1 or 2, now you're talking a whole different story, but it makes it a tougher ask in Portland to be able to do that.
Please remember, this team has lost in the first round the last 2 years, and we don't know how this year is going to play out. The narrative could change that fast, and all of a sudden, this is not even an attractive destination for someone who wants to contend. Be careful now. Like, look, they're going to get through the next series.
Hold up. I'll tell you what.
Just be careful.
But this year plays out great for Portland because of the path they have to go to. With Houston slipping, now they have to go through either San Antonio or Denver, compared to on the other side of the ball. Yeah. So they have a great opportunity to get to the conference finals this year based on how the end of the season plays out.